The Database Query tool can be used to create SQL queries using drag-and-drop tools within BPA Platform. This allows for the extraction of specific information sets from relational database systems such as ERP, financial, accounting, MRP, production, CRM, HR, and bespoke systems. Once obtained, the data is then available to other task steps in BPA Platform for manipulation, delivery, or both. There are two variants of the tool: Database Query ODBC and Database Query OLEDB. Both have comprehensive support for both modern and legacy SQL standards, and the OLEDB version has support for the call stored procedure tool. This video will focus on the OLEDB variant of the tool. However, much of this is applicable to the ODBC version. The following video is a brief overview of how the Database Query tool functions. If you wish to follow this process in your own environment, you will need the training database, preferably in the same location as BPA Platform, and appropriate drivers installed for the database. We are using Microsoft SQL Server in this example. To use the Database Query tool, you must first create connections to OLEDB data sources. Let's open the connection dialog box in System, Tools, Data Connectors, and double-click Database Query OLEDB. And then click Add, and select the appropriate OLEDB driver. For this example, we are going to select Microsoft OLEDB Provider for SQL Server. The configuration window is different for every driver available. You may have to refer to the documentation for your chosen driver. Now click OK. In this instance, the database is located on the same machine as BPA Platform, and therefore we can select localhost as the server. We can also use Trusted Connection instead of login and password credentials. The Options button reveals more parameters, which may be beneficial if we have more than one database available. We will choose our required database. In this example, we will select BPA Training DB. We will leave the rest of the settings at their default value and click OK to finish. We will now give this connection a unique name. And click OK. We can then select our connection in the list and select Test and click OK. After establishing the basic connection to your OLEDB data source, within the Properties section, you can add a more advanced configuration if required. For more information on this, please refer to the white paper that is available on the Codeless platform's website. We will now close this window. Firstly, navigate to your Tasks folder and then create a new task. Name it Account on Hold and select the Design tab. In the browser, with the tab set to Tools, in either Input or Data Connectors, drag a Database Query OLEDB step onto the Design area. In the General tab, let's give this step a meaningful name. And then select the connection that we previously configured in the Connection drop-down. In the Query tab, let's create a basic query to demonstrate the process. We will start by expanding the three panels. Locate and drag in the following fields into the Columns pane of the window. From Sales Ledger, drag in Name, Contact Name, Telephone. We will now drag in the following columns from the appropriate tables, as seen here. Once you have dragged in your columns, you can now link the tables. Sometimes BPA Platform will do this for you. Let's expand the tables. We will now link Sales Ledger Account Ref to the same field in Account Managers. In Account Managers, we will link PREF to PREF in Personnel. Now we have the fields and joins, let's choose the criteria. We will need to adjust the criteria pane from the bottom or make it visible using this button. And then drag Account on Hold, Balance, and Prior Year into the pane. Now these are in place. In Account on Hold, select the Equals criteria and set this to 1 for accounts that are on hold. Set Balance is greater than 1,000 and Prior Year is greater than 10,000. These criteria are automatically set as AND. Let's double-click the AND criteria to set this to OR. And we can group criteria by dragging one on top of the other. Now let's sort the data. Select this icon to show the sorting pane. And let's drag in the name field to sort the results. Double-clicking the arrow chooses the sorting order. We will now click the SQL tab, and you can see the query that is generated. Let's test the query by selecting the Execute icon. And in the Results tab, we can see the query output. Okay, let's go back to the Query tab. The previous method allows you to create drag and drop queries. But it is also possible to create and edit the SQL manually using the free type mode. It is worth noting that you will no longer be able to use the drag and drop method if you choose this route. Click Yes to continue. More information on the database query, OLEDB and ODBC tools can be found in the white papers on the Codeless platform's website. We will click OK to close this step and click Yes. You can now see a basic example task of an account on hold notification. The data obtained from the query can be used in a variety of applications. In this example, we have used the Format as HTML tool to display the data. This could then be passed to a send email step as a notification. Here is an example notification that displays the output of the query that we just created. If you would like to make your own task, as in this example, please see the training video section on our website. And that's it for this BPA Platform tool overview video. Call us for further information or visit codelessplatforms.com. Thanks for watching.